Back on Lady Tiger pregame and joined now by the head coach of the Lady Tigers, Jeff Edwards. The Lady Tigers 13-0 now, Coach, coming off of a win your last outing. Another impressive game that saw the defense, hold a team in check. You expected to disrupt what Smoky Valley wanted to do, and it has to be fun to see your girls rise to. And here's a unique challenge, I think, when you have a team coming in that you expect to win handily against. To go out and execute sometimes is not the easiest thing to do, and I think your girls do a really good job of taking that challenge on.
They do, and I kind of stay on them pretty hard on games like that, and we reset. We do little games in our head, reset the score. I don't care what it says up there, and we talk about, they just have a tendency to grow a heart right in the middle of the game and be nice for a quarter or so. And so we talked about that at halftime, about how we were trying to work on our press in the first quarter, and they only did it 3 possessions, worked fine, and then all of a sudden I couldn't get them up there anymore. So we're going to do some different things tonight again, and try to work on some things, because at this time of the season, our philosophy is you either get better or you get worse. You can't stay the same. So you can't take a night off because somebody else is working out there that's getting better. So that's kind of our focus right now, is not getting complacent and continuing to work.
You guys get the 47-21 win over Smoky Valley, and that could have been a whole lot more. You go to running clock so early in the fourth quarter and only put 4 points on the board. I guess your defense is leading to offense. We see that, but you also saw the half-court set. You did some work. You put in some wrinkles. You talked about that leading into the game on Friday, and Hannah Ferguson got it going, and your team, again, seeing the court and feeding where it needs to be fed, and then taking advantage of those opportunities.
Yeah, I thought they executed pretty well. The one thing that Smoky Valley does is plays very physical, especially around the bucket. And so I emphasize to the girls that everything has to be taken strong. You have to finish strong, because when you don't, that's when injuries happen. So we ran a couple of the sets that I wanted to show. A couple of them didn't quite look as good as what I wanted, but we did get some good looks, and we were able to work on them again on Monday. So all in all, I thought the effort was good. I think through the month of January, I think our defensive average is right around 26 points, or 25 or 26 points. So I'm pretty pleased with that. Yeah, I think we'll win plenty of games if we keep teams under 30.
Yeah, that is amazing what you guys have been able to do defensively, and I love a coach. I'll call you out here just a little bit, Coach, but I love that a coach, it's a struggle sometimes to say you're pleased, because you always want to go forward and improve, right?
Yeah, exactly. I don't mention it to them very often, but I'll say it on the radio. No, I am. They work tremendously hard, and they're great kids, and they're great students, and I never have any behavior or academic issues at all, and you take all those extras out, and it truly makes coaching enjoyable and fun. So I'm proud of these girls.
I've said that to a lot of people. A lot of people asking about this team, obviously, because you're undefeated, you're defending champs, and all those things, and continuing to play well. A lot of the community starting to ask about this team, and that's one thing I always bring up is, yeah, they're a great basketball team, but they're a fun group to watch and to be proud of for this community. I know you've made that point before. Let's talk about your matchup against the Lady Irish tonight. You got them on the road earlier. This is a team that has some young talent, but I hear their leading scorer is out with a concussion, so that's going to change their dynamics quite a bit.
It can change the dynamics, and they've got some really good young players. And sometimes young players step into a what should be a pressure situation and play without any pressure at all. So we never want to let our guard down in a situation like this, because there are some good players that he's got going, and they are young enough to not really understand the whole league mentality and how you're supposed to be a little bit nervous before the game. So we're going to still come out, even though the Bledsoe girl, number 23, she's one of the more aggressive players that they have inside and out. She's a lefty and kind of long. I think that she is out, but the number 10 Kirkpatrick for him, every time I see him on film, she's getting better, and she's super athletic. So we will definitely still have some people to key off of, and we're still going to run our game plan and execute, hopefully.
It's been a fun run, and I know you guys are moving forward toward. We were just talking before coming on the air. The postseason will be here before we know it when Sub-State rolls around. So I know you're preparing for that, and it's been a good run. Coach, let's go get them again tonight.
All right. Thank you, Rocky.
Back with more on pregame in just a moment.
A sense of community is a feeling that people have of belonging, a feeling that they matter to one another, and a shared faith that their needs will be met through their commitment to each other. At Union State Bank, you matter to us and our community. That's why we offer a wide range of loans to help you achieve your dreams. From home loans, agricultural loans, business loans, and more, we're here to help you succeed. We're in this together, and you belong here in our hometown proud community. Union State Bank, member FDIC, and equal housing lender.
Quickly improve your new year with Pulse Internet up to 1,000 megabits per second from Twin Valley. Speeding up your internet is an easy resolution to achieve. Plus, it may help with other resolutions like reducing stress by getting rid of internet that is too slow for your needs. How many new devices did you add to your household this Christmas? Have more fun with a better streaming experience with Pulse Internet from Twin Valley. Call 800-515-3311 for a speedier 2017.
And we welcome you to the Den for a tip-off Tuesday. Clay Center and Chapman getting set to go in an NCKL matchup. Rocky Downing along with our studio engineer, Bernie Fanzella. Flip Casper's alongside tonight here in the Den as Clay Center Chapman square off. And, Phil, you had a chance to call the first meeting between these two teams. The Lady Tigers really rolled in that basketball game, got up big, running clock in the fourth quarter. They won by 30, and holding an opponent under 30 points seems to be a common theme anymore for this team throughout the season. 13-0, they were impressive then. They have not dropped off a bit.
If anything, they're probably a little better, Rocky, than they were even then. Chapman did come out strong. They pushed hard, and, I think I said several times during the game, you'll never fault them for lack of effort because they were at it right up to the bitter end. And quite honestly, Rock, they were just outmatched. They were outmatched from the get-go. I think they realized that. They come into this game really with nothing to lose, and Clay Center is 13-0. Chapman's hoping maybe this is the game they'll stumble.
Target on your back. When you're 13-0, defending champs, number one ranked in 4A Division II, you know the whole deal. But this team, we talked about it in pregame, they have a knack of kind of knowing how to handle that. They almost thrive under the thought that people are gunning for them. And Coach Edwards said, we address it as this is a game you either get better in or you get worse in. And our goal every week and every game is to improve. And so they've got some things they want to work on, clean up from Friday's game against Smoky Valley. And you and I both know that's what they'll set that out, the goal to do. And he breaks it down. I was talking with someone over the weekend about the timeouts that he takes. And sometimes it's in the middle of when they've really got things rolling. And he says, we play little mini games during a contest where maybe we're pulling away from a team, and we'll set new goals. I'll call a timeout, and we'll erase the scoreboard, and we'll start from zeros, and we're going to win that next 2 minutes or 3 minutes. It's a good strategy to keep your team involved, I guess.
Well, and that's why you've got three good coaches over there. I'm sure that's a Jeff Edwards philosophy, and I'm sure it's one that Nicole buys into as well, and Brett also. But that's just a philosophy that they live by, and I think you'll see that some tonight. Chapman's going to come in here a little outmanned again. They're battling some injuries with some really good players, which makes it tough on them. Clay Center is, honestly, Rocky, they're 13-0. They continue to get better and better and better every time they step on the floor.
Yeah, there's no doubt about it. Chapman will start like this. Rebecca Thomas, a 5'5 senior. Lindsay Anderson, 5'7 and a junior. McKenna Kirkpatrick is a 5'9 freshman. 5'6 sophomore Maddie Elliott, and 5'8 junior Riley Davis. Very young team. Their leading scorer is Ashlyn Bledsoe. She is out with a concussion and has been out for at least a couple of ball games, so tough to see her not get a chance to go for the Lady Irish. Clay Center goes with Allie Wright-Frederick, number 12, a 5'5 senior. Lauren Lane, number 15, a 5'9 senior. 6-foot junior, number 21, Hannah Ferguson. Addie Mullen, 5'4 a sophomore. Where's number 23, and the Lady Tigers control the hit. 2, Sid Calloway, number 32, a 5'8 junior. Left side wing is Mullen. Back outside and deep for Wright Frederick. Allie holds and back to Addie. Wing left, dribble drive, stops, kicks it across right to Calloway. Sid right back to Addie. Mullen on the left wing, now out deep to Wright Frederick. On the right side it goes to Calloway. Skip pass left. Mullen, free ball on its way. Is going to be long. Weak side board. Great hustle play. Sid Calloway's going to be fouled. They call it on the floor. Could have been a three-point play opportunity. The foul called before the shot went back up. I saw that shot was going to be errant, and I'm sure you saw the same thing. Who went to work? Number 32, right?
32 went to work, and that's the right call. It's a very good call by that underneath official. That foul was made on the rebound.
Maddie Elliott with the first foul. Here's Callaway. Kick out Ferguson. Corner right to Allie Wright Frederick. Starts to dribble drive against the zone and backs it out with a pass to Callaway. Now wing right is Allie. Back to sit at the point around left to Mullen. Addie kicks it back out deep for Wright Frederick. 7:15 to work. Extended zone by the Irish. 2-3, but the two guards are way outside the perimeter. Here's Lane inside the paint. Can't get the shot to fall, but Lauren's going to head to the free throw line and have a chance to shoot two. One thing I mentioned to Coach Edwards in pregame is the fact that they got up big against Smoky Valley. It seemed got to a running clock in the fourth. But the team continues to try to accomplish what you're wanting to do with the offense. And he said they put some new wrinkles in, and they got kind of what they wanted out of it, but they worked to maybe clean that up this week as they go into tonight's matchup.
Well, and you can walk into this Lady Tigers game as Lauren hits the first. If you're not looking at the scoreboard, you walk in the fourth quarter and see they're up by 30. You wouldn't know it by watching them on the floor.
Yeah, they keep after it, that's for sure. Lauren Lane made the first and makes the second free throws, and Clay Center leads it here 2-0 early. Haley Franson's going to check in, and Addie Mullen will come out. Full court pressure now by the Lady Tigers. Franson coming in defensively and to let the defense set up that full court pressure. Inbounds comes to Kirkpatrick, and then up the right sideline it comes to Rebecca Thomas. Cut off by Lauren Lane. Now a double team, ball lost out of bounds. That is off of Clay Center. Lane hit it last. It'll stay with Chapman on the baseline. Just underway, just a minute into this opening period. Clay Center leads it 2-0. As inbounding will be Maddie Elliott. Outside wing right, Rebecca Thomas against Franson. Puts the dribble down. Haley got a hand on it, but it's kicked out deep now to Lindsay Anderson. Anderson kicks around left. Maddie Elliott has it. Clay Center man-to-man. Elliott tries to dribble drive, cut off by Lane. Now to Anderson outside. And back left it comes to McKenna Kirkpatrick. High post. Now on the lane, Riley Davis. Kick out right side, Thomas against Callaway. Thomas stops. Now in trouble, has picked up her dribble, needs some help. Shoves Callaway away from her to get some space, but still called for the 5-second violation, and Clay Center has it back. Smothering defense. We've seen it all year long.
Yeah, that was really smothering defense. And we watched Rebecca Thomas in that first game, and she got in a little trouble for that forearm shove a time or two, and did end up fouling out of the game. But good player. There's good players, good athletes on Chapman's team.
Yeah, they fight hard. It's one thing you always see, and you said that from the first game as well. Here's Wright Frederick, left against that extended zone. Lob down low for Callaway, just tipped away and unable to make the catch down in the paint. Chapman has it going the other direction. Clay Center with a 2-0 lead here early. Wright Frederick pressuring on Thomas. Coach Jeff Edwards in the air. The official as that forearm kind of came loose again against Wright Frederick. Now it's on the right wing to Elliott. Maddie Elliott takes it back out deep. This is going to be over and back. It's chased down by Anderson, but that's a turnover forced by the Lady Tiger defense.
And this is what happened in the first game, Rock. We watched Chapman early get very, very frustrated with this defense.
Right.
This is way better than what I saw in the first game.
Well, and without a couple of tools that you normally have in your offensive arsenal for Chapman with injuries, that just makes it, compounds it that much more. Mullen has it left wing to the baseline. Ferguson coming off a 15-point night on Friday against Smoky Valley. Callaway, left wing, Mullen, ball fakes, dribble drives, now slides it back out deep for Wright Frederick. To the wing right, it goes to Callaway. Skip back left for Mullen. 5:40 remains, opening quarter. Lady Tigers lead it 2-0 with the basketball. Mullen, now left wing, Wright Frederick's got a great look at a three ball, just strong. Rebound inside, battled for, and Callaway ties it up. The arrow's going to go to Chapman. She and Lindsay Anderson ended up tied up as Callaway came up with that weak side offensive board.
You know, back to that lob pass that was taken away by Chapman, that was a great look from Wright Frederick into Sid Callaway. Just couldn't get her hands on it.
Using that more and more with the high pick up top. Coach Edwards, of course, a big KU Jayhawk fan. Not sure you're aware of that or not. Now Chapman turns it over. But that's a play you see them run, that high pick and in the backdoor alley-oop. And Sid Callaway certainly a good one to throw it to down there to go up and get it away from a defensive player.
I was not aware of that.
Right side wing and deep is Callaway. Don't lose any respect for him.
No.
Ferguson has it short corner left to Wright Frederick. Around baseline right, Callaway. Now to Lane, lobbed inside. Ferguson up and good.
That's pretty.
Anna Ferguson with the bucket. The feed from Lauren Lane. The Lady Tigers now lead it 4-0. Chapman against the full court pressure. Into Thomas. Double teamed and now an offensive foul. That's that forearm we talked about, and it is frustrating.
It is.
when you play against a team that plays defense as well as play center and fundamentally sound. They don't reach. They don't stick hips out. They just frustrate the heck out of you.
It is frustrating, but, you're going to get – once the refs are aware of that, they're going to call it.
Right.
Both ways, they're going to call it.
Thomas picks up her first foul. Play center has the basketball. Right now, it looks like maybe we've got a box and one. Looks like Allie Wright Frederick, they're following everywhere right now. It's it. Callaway has it. Lobbed in low. Here's Ferguson again. She's fouled, and she's headed to the free throw line. And Wright Frederick getting a break on offense.
Exactly. They're going to hold her near half court. She's perfectly content. Once she gets that ball where she needs it, she'll stay there.
Of course, she had 14 against Chapman the first meeting. It's a pick your poison defensive scheme by opposing teams because Clay Center they can kill you from all kinds of directions. Hannah Ferguson makes the first of her 2 free throws. She has 3 points. Clay Center leads at 5-0.
And they know Allie can light it up from about anywhere on the court. They're not going to give her that opportunity right now. They're going to have to do something else, though.
And Nick Evans, you got to try something when you're outmanned. And so some jump defenses, if you want to call them that, but try to find a way to shake up what Clay Center is trying to accomplish. 6-0 now. The Lady Tigers out to an early lead. 4:40 remains opening quarter. Chapman again against pressure. In it comes, and near steal by Callaway. Now a foul on Sid. Got a hand to the basketball initially. Rebecca Thomas got it back, and it's a bump against Callaway, her first foul.
Boy, Chapman is having a lot of trouble getting that ball in, too.
And then once you get it in, you can relax, right?
That's exactly where I was.
And then what happens, Flip?
You get it in okay, but then you're going to have problems.
So again, to inbound it is Kirkpatrick. Anderson has it. Picks up her dribble. Now near steal by Callaway. Knocked it out of bounds. The rotation is what Clay Center is really wanting to work on with this full court pressure, and getting that next pass is the one you want to take away. It's not the on-ball defender that's probably going to get the steal. Now Callaway does intercept on the inbound to Wright Frederick. Allie leans in underneath and gets it down. And it's an 8-0 start. Clay Center. Timeout taken by Chapman. 4:28 remains opening quarter. Here in the Den, Lady Tigers lead it 8-0.
With fall harvest in the bin, it's time to plan next season's bumper crop with Oldie seed, corn, and soybean varieties. We take pride in the latest technology. Oldie will be one of the first to bring our family of producers the latest Extend, Liberty Link, and Enlist soybean varieties. This season, if you want to give your fields a big Wildcat first down, plant a high-performance corn or soybean variety from Oldie Seed, proud sponsor of Kansas State football.
Central Office Service and Supply continues to close out our gift department with discounts of 50 to 75% on everything. The shelves have been restocked with hundreds of new items for all occasions: Valentine's, St. Patrick's, Spring and Easter, graduation, wedding, anniversary, and others. Plan ahead for all of your party and gift-giving occasions in 2017, because when these items are gone, they will not be replaced. There's still a good selection of baby gifts, greeting cards, country decor, and more. Thank you for your support of the gift store in Central Office for over 60 years.
4:28 remains opening quarter. The Lady Tigers out to an 8-0 lead. Chapman an early timeout here in the first period, and now they will try to inbound it again. They fire it down court. It is received by Sidna Marshall, who will get it across the half-court line out to Rebecca Thomas. Lady Tigers lead at 8-0. Man-to-man defense in a half-court set now. Anderson, right wing deep for Rachel Dewar. Now the drive taken in by Kirkpatrick. Outside Dewar for 2, and she drops it in. 5'6" sophomore buries the 15-footer, and it's 8-2. Clay Center gives up their first bucket of the game at the 4:05 mark of this first quarter.
Rocky, that's Chapman's first shot.
Yeah, I've wondered about that. Right base or right wing, it goes to Callaway. Now Lane, left side wing. Mullen's got to look at 3. It's long. Rebound weak side. Guess who? Sid Callaway, but on her drive, it's stripped away, then tied up. Ferguson on the floor to tie it up. It'll be a jump ball arrow going to the Lady Tigers on the baseline.
Sid maybe should have just went straight to the hole and putting that dribble down. She did. That's when she allowed that defense to collapse on her.
Clay Center will have it on the baseline after Hannah Ferguson, good hustle play to tie it up. Allie Wright Frederick looking to inbound. Finds Lauren Lane wide open on the bounce. Lane's got 4 with a left-handed lay-in. 10-2. Clay Center leads it. 3:38 left first quarter. Long down court pass. Ferguson tips it. Lane had it for a moment. Now loose, and now a foul called on Lauren in the loose ball situation. Lauren says, I'm just going for a free basketball, and there was a collision at the end of that play, and Lauren called for the bump. Chapman has it back, and good news for Chapman, you get the basketball back. Bad news, you got to face the press again. They do get it inbounds. Still deep in the backcourt, Allison Krieger. Now up the floor it comes to Dewar. Across the half-court stripe to Marshall. Dribble drive down low. Taken up for Patrick stores it in transition. 10-4 now. Clay Center leads by 6. Wright Frederick sprint, dribble down, kick out, right baseline jumper. Callaway fouls it on the right side, and Clay Center answers in transition. The sniper to the sidewalk surfer for 2.
Well, that was pretty, wasn't it?
12-4 ball game. Now Wright Frederick near steal. On the backcourt is Krieger. Now long down court pass, left sideline, goes to Rachel Dewar. Kirkpatrick. Krieger out on the right wing. Anderson. Top of the key. It goes back to the baseline, and now a foul called on Hannah Ferguson inside, and free throws coming for Rachel Dewar. Correction, that'll be Sydney Marshall with a chance to shoot 2.
Pretty good position by Hannah. Maybe just a little too much lean into it.
Haley Franson will get set to check in. Actually, they're saying Sid Callaway. That'll be her second, not Hannah's first. I did not see Sid in the area.
I'm not sure how they...
That is Callaway's second. She will come off. Haley Franson back in.
Oh, is Sid even anywhere close?
Not that I recognize anyway, but the official...
Okay.
Maybe a reach. Maybe that's a reach down low we weren't looking at where the basketball was up top with Hannah's defense. 1 free throw in. Second one misses. Rebound off to Wright Frederick. The point guard averages right at 3 boards per game. Play Center by 7 here. 2:37 to work. We're in the opening quarter. Franson has it out deep. Now to the post it goes to Ferguson. Turns, squares up. Left wing. Wright Frederick. 3 ball. Just rims off. There's Mullen. Ferguson. They battle each other and lose it out of bounds. Addie Mullen had it initially, then Ferguson reaching for it, thought she had a defender against her. It was 2 Lady Tigers battling for it.
Pretty good battle.
It was. Now the entry pass nearly taken away by Wright Frederick, and they force a turnover on a travel on Rachel Dewar.
Well, if you're Coach Edwards right now, how much do you like what you're seeing out of this press?
Loving it, yeah. Pressure everywhere. Lauren Lane with the inbounds at the top of the key. Right wing, Wright Frederick, ball fake and drive all the way to the glass. Alley up and no. Rebound, Ferguson hammered, and she'll get to the free throw line to shoot 2.
That was a great job by Hannah. Went right back up after she got that ball in her hands, knowing it's either going in or she's going to the line.
And she did draw the foul against the Irish. That first foul on Sydney Marshall, the 6-foot sophomore. Ferguson, 4 points in the game. First free throw here is up and down. And one more thing the Lady Tigers do well, shoot the charity. They all shoot. Most of them shoot 65% or above. I think Allie Wright Frederick leading the last I checked at about 75% from the stripe. And Hannah's 4 for 4 in this game. Play Center's lead is 9. Timeout on the floor. 2:16 remains first quarter. You're listening to Lady Tiger basketball on 100.9.
Look to the red and white checkerboard of Purina for quality feeds for your livestock. Purina feeds are formulated with the proper nutrition to meet your animal's physiological and production needs. Checkerboard feeds are tested, proven, and balanced correctly for your animal's stage of growth. Couple Purina feeds with your Farmers Cooperative feed experts, and you have a recipe for success. Contact a Farmers Cooperative animal nutrition consultant today.
Investing in our owner's success. Farmers Cooperative.
14-5, Lady Tigers have jumped out to a 9-point advantage. Chapman has really done the best they can to slow down the offense. They just can't really get shots up against the Lady Tigers.
No, they're 2 of 2 from the floor.
When they get a shot.
When they get a shot. I mean, they've had 2 pretty decent looks, but that's it.
14-5, Clay Center the full court press on. In the backcourt with it is Allison Krieger. She carries the basketball, and the Lady Tigers have it back on another Chapman turnover. And it has been a bunch of turnovers early in this first quarter for the Irish.
And if you're Coach Nick Evans, what do you say? You finally break the press and you carry the basketball.
Lauren Lane has it at the top of the point. Hands it back out deep to Addie Mullen. Man-to-man by Chapman this possession. Mullen, right wing, looks right, now dribbles back left, and she is fouled out top. That'll be the 16th foul against the Irish. The next one puts Clay Center into the bonus. Basketball goes out of bounds on the sideline right in front of the Chapman bench. Addie Mullen will inbound it. Up top Lane right back to Addy to set the offense against the man-to-man. A minute 55 to work first quarter, 14-5 play center. Lane, little weave out top, dribbles all the way to the left wing, off to right Frederick. Alley, bounce pass outside to Franson. Haley stops, looks down low, and she double dribbles with the basketball. And Clay Center turns it over on the play inside from Franson. She was trying to set up Hannah Ferguson and just took an extra dribble when she lost her balance. 14-5, Lady Tigers by 9. A minute 35 remaining here in this first quarter. Pass down low, overthrown by Chapman, and it's given right back to Clay Center. McKenna Kirkpatrick trying to give a word of encouragement to her teammate, Allison Krieger, who threw that ball too high for her teammate. But it is, as we've mentioned, tough when you force your own turnovers, let alone what the Lady Tiger defense is doing to you. Here's Franson to Mullen. Addy works it left. Now hands it off to right Frederick. Alley with the dribble to the right wing. A minute 10 to work. Backs it out now. Brings it left all the way across and hands it off to Mullen. Addy at the point. Now to Lauren Lane. Lauren will bring it around. Left side. Hands it off to Franson. Haley stops. Bounce pass out at the point to Ferguson. Now to Mullen. Under a minute to go. Clay Center really working clock here with a 9-point lead. Trying to find a seam to drive off of the three-person weave out top. Now Franson has it. Off to Lauren Lane. Looks to the post. Here's Ferguson. Kick out. Franson, three ball. Just strong. Rebound inside. Ferguson battles, but it's pulled away by Marshall. Chapman ends up with the basketball. Clay Center leads it by 9. 30 seconds left in this first period. Krieger with it. Right side wing against Allie Wright Frederick. Pressure on the dribble all the way below the baseline. A kick out to Anderson. Stops and goes right wing to Dewar. Two-pointer up off glass, no. Long rebound. Lauren Lane tracks it down, then fires down court behind Ferguson, but picked up by Mullen. Back across. It comes to Lane for two. Addie Mullen to Lauren Lane, who has 6. And Clay Center leads it by double digits at 16-5. End of one here in the Den. Lady Tigers lead it by 11. 16-5 over Chapman.
Sometimes you need a new roof. Other times, you just need your existing roof repaired or temporarily fixed after an emergency. Geisler Roofing and Home Improvement has made its service division an even higher priority, investing in a service truck that's stocked with most basic roofing materials. So the Geisler service team can provide prompt, on-the-spot roof repairs. Should you ever need wind-blown shingles replaced, a leak sealed, or some other service work, call Geisler Roofing and Home Improvement.
This is Dallas Hassenbank, and Geisler Roofing and Home Improvement has you covered with more than 37 years experience.
As a family-owned independent business, our agronomists at CS Precision Ag understand what it takes to make your operation successful. From Vera soil mapping and variable rate prescriptions to pre-season crop planning and weekly crop scouting reports, our agronomists tailor fit each package to fit your particular farm. We are accepting new customers for 2017 throughout north central Kansas and south central Nebraska. Contact us today at 785-630-0596 or visit us online at csprecisionag.com.
16-5 start. Flip, they have forced turnovers. They've made buckets. They're 6 of 6 from the free throw stripe, an 11-point lead. Not a bad first 8 minutes.
No, really good. And if you want to know how good their defense is, Chapman got up 3 shots in that first quarter. They're 2 of 3.
Shooting percentage really good.
Yeah, but they got up 3 shots.
And now Clay Center nearly forcing a 5 count on the inbounds. It does come into Krieger across the half-court stripe. Sid Calloway back in there with 2 fouls. Moved by Krieger to the baseline, cut off. Back out wing right, it comes to Riley Davis. Now Dewar at the top, brings it out and hands it off to Krieger. Just underway second quarter, Clay Center by 11. Kirkpatrick at the free throw line to Davis. Baseline left, Dewar. Holds, Lady Tiger man-to-man, really keeping Chapman out of the lane. Right, Frederick near steal. Now Lauren Lane has it. And it's a sprint to the other end. The run out for the keeper. Lauren Lane up off glass. She's got 8. And the Lady Tigers lead by 13. Lauren Lane got the deflection, picked it up, and raced to the other end. Was no contest.
6 of 7 Clay Center is shooting right now.
18-5 with 7:15 to work here in this opening half of play. Lob to the right corner is Dewar. Lob inside. Callaway near steal. Does bat it out of bounds. It'll stay with Chapman on the baseline. Chapman will have Rebecca Thomas back into the game. Lady Tigers also bring Haley Franson back on. And Callaway will come out with those 2 fouls. Franson, Lane, Ferguson, Mullen, and Wright Frederick on the court for Clay Center. 18-5, pass out top deep to Anderson. Mullen out on her. Anderson puts the dribble down, cut off by Mullen. Now picks it up, looks to the post to Davis. Tipped out of there by Franson, picked up by Mullen. A race to the other end. She would have won it, but Krieger maybe wisely reached in and fouled, and it will be Addie Mullen at the stripe for a 1-and-1 chance.
I mean, it's not a bad foul. I mean, you're going to lose a foot race with Addie Mullen. She's going to beat you to the hoop and, make her go to the line and earn the 2 shots, or the 2 points, I guess.
So the scoring on Concordia, they lead Pike Valley at the half, 25-13. Sydney Bergman with 12 points and 6 boards. She has been really dynamic of late, including that 25-point performance over Abilene. Wow, a little more than a week ago. So
kind of an odd matchup, Con and Pike Valley.
It is, isn't it? Yeah. Of course, this Friday's a different matchup. Council Grove comes into Clay Center. That will be a really good girls matchup. Council Grove, one of the top-ranked 3A teams this year. Addie Mullen knocked in both free throws on the 1-and-1. Clay Center's lead is now 15, 20-5. Wright Frederick pressuring outside on Thomas. 5 count is on. Picks it up. Aaron Hamill near steal to the backcourt. It's loose. Picked up by Kirkpatrick. Now she'll bring it across. Attacks the lane. Cut off by Franson. Pull up at the free throw stripe. No. Long rebound. Tracked down by the Irish. A rare second chance opportunity for Chapman. 20-5. Anderson to Kirkpatrick. Deeper left it goes to Thomas against Wright Frederick. Back out deep, Krieger. Left side wing, Kirkpatrick squares for 3. It's strong. Rebound to Allie Wright Frederick. Looking up the floor. Long down court pass. Mullen left side. Lay in, yes. Ball barely touched the floor. Clay Center's gone up 22-5. 6:10 to work first half. Lady Tigers on top here in the Den.
After you pick up your fresh hot meal at the deli inside Ray's Apple Market, you're invited to relax in their new dining room while you enjoy your lunch, supper, or even breakfast. The deli department has a wonderful selection of entrees and hot meals you can carry out, and now you can have the option of dining in and sharing a table with a friend in Ray's dining room. It's just another way Ray's Apple Market has found to meet the needs of their customers. Community-minded and locally owned, Ray's Apple Market.
Saving for retirement can seem complicated, confusing, even scary, but it doesn't have to be. Hi, I'm Kathy Affolder for United Bank and Trust, and we're here to help. As we go through tax season, now is the perfect time to think about opening an individual retirement account. If you have questions or want to get started, stop by and ask for me or Terry Jermark. We'd love to walk through the process with you. Saving for your retirement with an IRA at United Bank and Trust. Banking for your way of life, equal housing lender, and member FDIC.
6:10 left, first half of play. Lady Tigers now up 22-5, and they'll match up man-to-man as Chapman brings it across the timeline. And I think I visibly saw Allison Krieger take a sigh of relief when she looked up and there was no full-court press on. She holds it right baseline now. Franson all over right now in the half-court. 5 count is on. Wow. She gets rid of it to Anderson.
That's great defense by Haley Franson.
Kirkpatrick around left to Thomas. Baseline, it comes left now, deeper to Krieger again. 5:45 remains first half. Lob down low. Riley Davis. Kick out right side. Thomas for 2. Short. Weak side board. Hannah Ferguson yanks it down. Clay Center has it back with a lead of 17. Wright Frederick walks it up the floor. Clay Center looks at a Chapman man-to-man this trip. Wright Frederick stops right, and she traveled with the basketball. Just wanted to hand that off. The defense kind of went over the top and didn't allow her to do so, and so she took an extra step.
Defense jumped the pass.
There you go. That's right. Sidna Marshall back in for the Irish, 6-foot sophomore. Chapman's basketball inbounded to Anderson, taken away by Mullen. Addie the drive, leans, lays it up, can't get it down. Rebound, right. Frederick steals it from Anderson, then saves it back in, ends up in the stand. Sniper, terrific hustle. Chapman does get it the other way, and Hannah Ferguson will be called for the foul, and it'll be free throw chances for Marshall. Great hustle play on the other end by Wright Frederick and Addie Mullen. They didn't get a bucket out of it, but
I'm not even sure how to paint that picture. That's first of all, how does Addie even end up with that ball?
And then took it in. Couldn't really have her balance. Was too strong with a shot. Rebounded by Anderson. And as she turned to get rid of it, Allie Wright Frederick was right there to take it. Then they got shoved toward the sideline. Allie somehow saved it back in bounds. like Yannick Noah when he played tennis, running away from the net and somehow getting it back across. Yannick Noah. How about that name? 22-7. Play Center leads by 15-point margin. Those free throws for Marshall knocked in. So she's now 2 of 3 or 3 of 4 at the strike. 22-7. Franson, right side, baseline to Lauren Lane. Out top, Wright Frederick. Look at 3 ball. Bingo for the sniper. She has 5 now, the first tray of the game, and Play Center leads it by 18. Left side, all the way to the rack. That shot blocked by Addie Mullen. Rebound, Wright Frederick. Alley out to the races again. 4:43 to work here in the first half. Play Center leads it by 18. Wright Frederick dances around a defender. They call her for a carry right in front of the official. So he's right there. I'll defer to him, but pretty good move by Alley. Kind of a hesitation dribble out top. Got the defender to relax, but said she carried it to get by that said defender. The Chapman has it back. Play Center man-to-man. Callaway back in. There's a dribble drive by Kirkpatrick, and it's taken away. Lauren Lane down court. Alley Wright Frederick lay in off glass and down. It's a 20-point Lady Tiger lead. Wright Frederick now with 7. Lauren Lane another assist. 27-7. Still 4:15 to work here in this first half of play. Rocky, they're just not missing shots. Thomas, the drive, and swatted by Lane. Ooh. They say she came across the arm. Lauren cannot believe it. But she will be called for the foul, and free throws coming for Rebecca Thomas. There was a lot of basketball, that is for sure. Foul against the Lady Tigers. Lauren Lane, her second. At the stripe, Thomas to shoot 2. First free throw rims off for the senior. She may be the only senior on the team. That's what I was saying. Missed on the first free throw. Lauren Lane walking to the bench and showing the team the imprint of the basketball logo on her forearm where she blocked it. She did not catch arm, she said. I kind of believe it, too. 27-7, midway point, second quarter. Lady Tigers with the basketball and a 20-point advantage. Here's Mullen. Skip pass right to Franson. Short corner, Callaway. Back out left to Mullen. Addie, ball fakes. Now kicks it right for Franson. Haley, double teamed, had it stripped away, and then knocked it out of bounds. That'll be off of Chapman, Play Center's basketball. Last touch, a good defense out on the perimeter, but it was last touch by the Irish. That is Peyton Souther, who had good defense, just couldn't quite handle it on the sideline. Here's Wright Frederick across to the right wing to Franson, back out top. Near steal by Thomas. Alley gets it left out of Mullen. Sid Callaway, ball fake, drives, takes it strong, almost gets it, does get the foul, and will head to the strike to shoot 2. 3:31 remains here in the second quarter, and Clay Center leading 27-7. They led 16-5 after one quarter, and now lead it by 20. Sid Callaway with the free throw shot up and down. She now has 3 points, and Clay Center's lead is 21. They've held Chapman to 2 points in the first 4.5 minutes of this second period. Callaway gets the second one to go off the back iron and roll in. When it's working, it's working. Absolutely. Abilene, Wamego. It's Abilene 28, Wamego 22. That is a halftime score. So the Red Raiders playing the Cowgirls tough. Here's Souther up the left sideline with a dribble. Freshman backs it out with a pass now to Davis out near the point. To the right wing it comes to Marshall. Now back across, and Thomas saves it in bounds. Mullen still pressuring. Thomas trying to get free. There we go. Back court. Mullen forces the over and back call. Bree Wilson into the game for the Lady Tigers during that last dead ball. So she joins Ferguson, Franson, Mullen, Wright Frederick on the floor. That was just outstanding defense by Addie Mullen to force that turnover. Wright Frederick into Addie Mullen. Right sideline is Wright Frederick. Left side wing, Franson. To Wilson. Good ball fake. Then kicks it out. Wright Frederick for a second. 3 ball short. Rebound. Mullen saves it in, and it's traced down by Haley Franson. The Play Center keeps the basketball. Now Wright Frederick double team. Rips it away. Kicks it left to Mullen. Addie back outside for Alley and around right to Haley Franson. Kick pass left. Here's Mullen. Ball fake. Steps in toward the lane. Now gets it to the baseline right. Franson, good catch in traffic. Fires it way back outside to right Frederick. Alley, right wing deep for Franson. 2:33 remains here in the opening half. Play center by 22 and a foul down low as Hannah Ferguson got the post position and then a chance to head to the stripe here with 2.5 to work second quarter.
Well, Tigers are doing a great job on defense. It's obvious. All you got to do is look at the score and my shot chart. But they're doing a great job on offense just of being patient and working that basketball for that open shot. That's why they're shooting such a high percentage. They're 80% right now, Rocky, from the floor.
That's outstanding.
80%.
Hannah Ferguson knocks down the first free throw. They'll have one more coming. Play Center's lead now 23. Looking for their 14th straight win to start this season. Of course, then you can go back and go through state and sub-state. You know, there's a longer string than just that mark. Their last loss would have been to the Abilene Cowgirls last year on Regional Wrestling Weekend in a very tight one.
That's a great game. I called that game.
And then, of course, avenged several losses for the Abilene Cowgirls. Broke their streak of 21 straight league games earlier this year. They'll match up again with them in Abilene in just a couple of weeks. 31-7. Clay Center has the lead of 24. And you said they were hot from the field, Flip. They are now 12 of 12 from the free throw stripe. I wasn't going to say it before Hannah shot.
I waited until Hannah almost said it, and then I thought, no, just wait.
But 12 of 12 as a team from the free throw line. Go along with the 80% from the field. 31-7, they lead it by 24. Here's Davis, back to the bucket against Ferguson. Now goes toward the lane. Takes it up, no. Rebound, Ferguson. Hannah brings it down. And Clay Center will walk it up the other way with Addie Mullen bringing it across the half-court stripe. Wilson, Franson, Mullen, along with Ferguson in the game, and Aaron Hamill. Here's Mullen out top to Hamill. Back to Addie. They go skip it right to Franson. Under 2 to work now. Good look from Wilson for Ferguson. Stripped away. Wanted a foul call, didn't get it. And Chapman has it the other direction. Here's Souther. Peyton Souther against Franson. Little relation there going one-on-one in transition. And Souther got a pretty good look.
She did.
And just had it rim off. 31-7, a minute 34 to work here in the second quarter. Aaron Hamill, good step through to Ferguson out top Mullen. Addie, hesitation dribble. Kick out. Franson, 3-ball, just rims off. Rebound. Hannah Ferguson back up and good. She's got 10 first half points. Play Center now by 26. A minute 15 to work second quarter. Souther walks it through the timeline left against Mullen. Picks up her dribble. Now to the post. Kirkpatrick rips it through. Steps in off glass no. Gets her own rebound. Back up. And this one is going to rattle out. Rebound Ferguson battling. And Hannah comes up with it. Just under a minute to work here in the first half. Clay Center leads it 33-7 over the Chapman Irish. Aaron Hamill had it stripped away right corner. Knocked to the baseline and out of bounds near the Tiger cheerleaders. Tiger band over there. So Hamill will inbound. Actually, Chapman first will bring Rebecca Thomas back in. Lady Tigers have Mullen, Hamill, Ferguson, Wilson, Franson on the floor. And they will inbound from on the sideline and go way out near the half-court stripe to Addie Mullen to set the offense. 44 to work first half. Play Center by 26. High post Ferguson, down low Wilson. Ball fake, goes strong and is fouled. And Bree Wilson headed to the free throw line.
I just love what I'm seeing out of the Lady Tigers working that basketball. They're just working it so well. It's so patient.
And sharing it very, very well.
Very well.
As we saw there from Ferguson, high post to low post. And Bree Wilson did a really good job of getting that ball fake and going strong. First free throw rims out. I don't know if that one was cashed when it hit the rim, and it just kind of rolled back out of the cup. First miss tonight for the Lady Tigers from the stripe. 39 to work first half. They lead 33-7. And the second free throw rolls home for Wilson. Bree Wilson. They call me the Breeze. I like that one.
I like it. I like it a lot.
Krieger across the timeline. Allison Krieger into a double team. Now lobs it low. Taken away by Ferguson. Down court Mullen. It's a race to the other end. Guess who wins it? Addie Mullen's going to be called for steps. She's trying to get her footing right with that left hand on the left side and almost too open, I think.
Well, I think that was it.
too much time to think about how she was going to get there, and ended up traveling.
Well, Chapman had conceded.
Yes,
I mean, they had just conceded to let her have it.
34-7, Clay Center the lead. Krieger to inbound from the sideline. And it comes to Dewar. Back to Krieger. 13 to work. They lob it low for Davis. Takes it up inside and drops it home. Good post by Riley Davis, her first points. 8 seconds left. Here's Mullen with 5, with 3 to the baseline left. Underneath the basket, outside Franson for 3 at the buzzer. Just off the mark on the back iron. We are headed to halftime. Clay Center out big. They lead it 34-9 over Chapman here in the Den.
Is it time for a new car, truck, or SUV? Do you want to get out from a high car payment into something you can actually afford? Whether you want a new vehicle or an upgraded pre-owned vehicle, Glavin Ford of Clay Center has got the best selection around. We'll take your trade and give you more than anybody else will because it's worth more to us. Take a look at our inventory online at GlavinFordofClayCenter.com or stop by our lot and see for yourself. We are located in downtown Clay Center, Glavin Ford of Clay Center, home of the engines and oil changes for life.
For any concrete project you need for a residential driveway, basement, patio, or curb, you can count on Midwest Products to handle it. At every level of the job, you'll find a dedicated, skilled crew prepared to deliver a professional job. With state-approved plants in Hanover, Clay Center, Lynn, and Washington, they can meet the needs of residential, commercial, or farm-related projects. For other ready-mix concrete work, give Midwest Products a call at 800-371-2252.
We are not doctors, but we play one on the radio. I'm Ryan Gearhand from Wilbur Ellis Reed Seed and Feed. With next year's spring crops just around the corner, we can write you a prescription for fertilizing your wheat. Proper fertilization is a critical factor in producing optimum and profitable wheat yields. We may need to run some soil tests to diagnose the right amount of fertilizer to put on at the right time. Follow the doctor's orders and make an appointment with Ryan, Mike, Kenny, Alan, or Brent at Wilbur Ellis Reed Seed and Feed.
The Citizens National Bank has a long history of supporting the students of our community. We pride ourselves in a strong commitment to our youth, from participation in student organizations, achievements in athletics, and success in the classroom. We offer a student checking account with many benefits, such as a debit card, free online banking, and mobile banking with the CNB branded app and e-alerts. Your smartphone is a great tool to access your account and monitor your daily balance and transactions. Open a student checking account today at the Citizens National Bank, member FDIC.
Lady Tigers out to a 34-9 lead here at the halftime break, Cliff, and they've done what they wanted to do. Defensively, dominant. Offensively, sharp. Free throw line, they've stuck them. I mean, they have made things happen. Chapman struggled at Clay Center, the main reason there's been a struggle on the floor.
Yeah, that is the main reason. The defense for Clay Center is unbelievable. I mean, they have now taken the same amount of shots. You know, I don't think Chapman got their first shot off until 4 minutes into the ball game. They finally got one off. Chapman 3 of 11 from the field, 0 for 1 from the three. They've only really had one clean look at a 3-point. Clay Center's 9 of 11 from the floor.
Wow.
And if you look at that shot chart, most of them were within about 10 feet of the basket.
Right.
I think Sid Calloway had maybe a 10 or 15 footer. If they're doing one thing not well, shooting 3, 1 of 5.
Yeah.
And they've had 5 really good looks. And Allie Rice Frederick has the only one. So clean that up a little bit. But, I mean, if you want to nitpick and if you're a coach, you're looking at what you can improve,
sure.
There you go.
Yeah, they're having some fun out there. Obviously, they should be. It's frustrating for Chapman. It's a hard-working, very young team, just one senior, a lot of freshmen, sophomores playing. But it is frustrating against a team the likes of Clay Center and what they bring to the floor. And the Lady Tigers are taking advantage here at the break. It's 34-9, Clay Center with the lead. More at halftime coming up.
Valley Irrigation and AgSense have teamed up to take work and worry off your shoulders. With a suite of remote farm management tools and a digital cell network, AgSense is flexible, easy, and affordable. It even provides cable theft monitoring. To see how AgSense fits your farm, contact your local Valley dealer today. In Clay Center, see Republican Valley Irrigation or call 632-5588. Stay informed
informed on your bank account activity with debit e-alerts coming soon to FNB of Washington. You can set the level of notification you need to keep you up to date on your financial transactions. Debit e-alerts are a great way to help you not only avoid unnecessary fees, but also detect unauthorized activity on any of your online accounts, including international transactions. Monitor your accounts with debit e-alerts at FNB of Washington. Member FDIC and Equal Housing Lender.
A missed dose of medication due to not refilling a prescription can have serious side effects on your health. Eliminate the need to call in multiple prescription refills with the MedSync program available through Patterson Health Mart Pharmacy. Your pharmacist will coordinate the prescription refills so you can pick them up on a single day each month that's convenient for you, and you'll never run out of your medication again. Patterson Health Mart Pharmacy in Clay Center, Abilene, and Salina, putting the care back into healthcare.
A sense of community is a feeling that people have of belonging, a feeling that they matter to one another, and a shared faith that their needs will be met through their commitment to each other. At Union State Bank, you matter to us and our community. That's why we offer a wide range of loans to help you achieve your dreams. From home loans, agricultural loans, business loans, and more, we're here to help you succeed. We're in this together, and you belong here in our hometown proud community. Union State Bank, member FDIC, and Equal Housing Lender.
Back again in the den. Let's take a look at your scoring leaders with the Lady Tigers up big, 34-9. They lead it over the Chapman Lady Irish tonight. Clay Center trying to move to 14-0 and keep this thing going in the NCKL. We're, of course, undefeated right now, and they have the hammer with Abilene losing the second game in league play. Tonight they're facing Wamego. The Lady Tigers have the head-to-head right now, so it's Clay Center's to take home if they can take care of business down the stretch for the potential league championship. They lead 34-9 over Chapman. For the Irish, Sidna Marshall has 3 points all from the stripe, 3 of 4 at the line. Rachel Dewar hit that first bucket you talked about the 4:05 mark, and she has her 2 points on that bucket. McKenna Kirkpatrick, Riley Davis, both with 2. Davis scored with about 15 seconds left in the half. Otherwise, they had been held to just 2 points in the second quarter, and they have 1 free throw from Rebecca Thomas. The Lady Tigers, 10 from Hannah Ferguson, 8 from Lauren Lane, 7 from Allie Wright-Frederick, 4 from Sid Calloway, 2 for Addie Mullen, 1 from Bree Wilson. Much as always, very well balanced.
That pretty well sums it up. You know, I talked a little bit about the patience and waiting for that shot, working the basketball, and then you had mentioned and spreading it around, and that pretty much proves the point right there.
Impressive first half. 34-9, Lady Tigers out to the big lead. We're at the break. We'll take another timeout, get you set for the second half here from the Den after the
Hey, it's me, Weeds. Let me in.
When weeds come knocking, let your herbicide do the talking. Wilbur Ellis is on call with the fall spray to keep those weeds under control. Now is an excellent time to spray, because once the weeds start growth in the spring, they rapidly develop with the goal of reproducing. See Ryan, Mike, Kenny, Alan, or Brent at Wilbur Ellis Reed Seed and Feed, and let us build a specific plan for you and tackle the weeds on your acres.
The new signature wraps from Subway are bursting with flavor, packed with double the meat and just $6.50 each. Try the hearty habanero roasted chicken, the savory chicken Caesar, or the tasty turkey bacon and guacamole, all wrapped in a delicious wrap flavor of your choice: spinach, tomato basil, or habanero. There's also a roasted red pepper hummus wrap for veggie lovers. Try the delicious new signature wraps, all just $6.50 each. Subway. For a limited time only at participating restaurants, plus tax, additional charges for extras.
Quickly improve your new year with Pulse Internet up to 1,000 megabits per second from Twin Valley. Speeding up your internet is an easy resolution to achieve. Plus, it may help with other resolutions like reducing stress by getting rid of internet that is too slow for your needs. How many new devices did you add to your household this Christmas? Have more fun with a better streaming experience with Pulse Internet from Twin Valley. Call 800-515-3311 for a speedier 2017.
With fall harvest in the bin, it's time to plan next season's bumper crop with oldie seed, corn, and soybean varieties. We take pride in the latest technology. Oldie will be one of the first to bring our family of producers the latest Extend, Liberty Link, and Enlist soybean varieties. This season, if you want to give your fields a big Wildcat first down, plant a high-performance corn or soybean variety from Oldie Seed, proud sponsor of Kansas State football.
Lady Tigers back on the floor going through some warm-ups. Chapman over at the sideline. They're ready to huddle and try to get something good going here in the second half. Clay Center leads at 34-9. Might mention coming up this week, tomorrow night, K-State Wildcat basketball is on the air. They tip off at 6:30. That's a little earlier time than normal. 5:30 will be pregame. They host TCU at Bramley. Thursday night, Tiger Wrestling is on the air. They should get started around 6:30. And then Friday night, Tiger basketball back at home against Council Grove, and K-State goes to Baylor on Saturday with a tip-off at 2. Pregame will be at 1 o'clock. That's your week ahead. Lots going on.
There you go. You're good to go.
Lots happening. Lady Tigers lead it here over Chapman. It is a 34-9 halftime score, and again, Hannah Ferguson leads the way with 10 first-half points. It is Lauren Lane who has knocked in 8 of her own, and Allie Wright-Frederick also has scored for Clay Center 7 points. They get 4 from Sid Calloway, 2 for Addie Mullen, and Bree Wilson with 1 free throw as well. Clay Center will have the basketball with Allie Wright-Frederick, Addie Mullen, Hannah Ferguson, Lauren Lane, and Sid Calloway to start for Clay Center. And Allie Wright-Frederick has it in the backcourt. All the way to the lane comes Lauren Lane. Dump down low. Ferguson up. Can't get it to go. Rebound off the Souther, and it's back in the hands of Chapman. Now the outlet pass taken away by Calloway. Sid to Ferguson. Hannah right side. Up and good. She's got a dozen. And Clay Center leads it now 36-9. They got the stop, Chapman, but then didn't finish the deal as they started up the floor. And Calloway with the steal and then the feed. And Ferguson finished it off. Now baseline right, lob into the paint. Riley Davis off glass, no rebound. Ripped down by Addie Mullen, and she's headed the other direction. 2-on-1, Mullen all the way to the window, fouled, and she'll shoot 2 free throws. Clay Center from the stripe in the first half, 13 of 14 from the free throw line. We mentioned the 80+% from the field overall. It was a spectacular first half of play.
And they are starting off with a pretty spectacular, outside of that free throw, pretty spectacular second half of play.
Yeah, Ferguson has a dozen off the steal a moment ago. Calloway then feeding Hannah for the bucket. Mullen at the stripe missed the first free throw, misses on the second, and so Chapman will have it back. But Clay Center a 27-point lead here early third quarter.
And that is about the first hiccup that we have seen out of the Tigers tonight anywhere.
Yeah. Mullen missing the 2 free throws. Here's Thomas against Calloway. The dribble down toward the lane, all the way into the paint. Double team. Kick out to Anderson. She'll hold. Now to the post. They get it to Kirkpatrick. She pulls the jumper. Mid-lane. Rims off. Rebound tipped by Ferguson. Picked up by Lauren Lane. Allie Wright-Frederick will bring it up to 4. Clay Center leading 36-9 early third quarter. Allie right in deep to Calloway. Back out it comes now to Mullen. The lane. Lauren turns and squares to the post. Here's Ferguson again off the bump. Rattles out. Rebound batted around inside and comes away to Rebecca Thomas. Chapman back to the direction.
Couple of misses from Hannah early inside there.
Souther goes right and deep to Thomas. Wright-Frederick out defending there. Looking for an offensive foul. The Tiger crowd giving a little urge to the official, not getting a call. Here's Davis across to the baseline. Anderson for 2, short. Rebound down low. Souther back up, and she drops it in. Casey Souther with her first bucket of the night. Clay Center back the other direction, 36-11. Clay Center leads it by 25. Corner right is Ferguson. Hannah skips it left and deep for Mullen. Addie out to the point for Wright-Frederick. Now to Mullen. Corner left, Lauren Lane. Skipped across, looking for Calloway. Thomas had it for a moment, and then Sid ends up with her third foul. The pass really put Calloway in a bad position as she went to catch it and then tried to get it back after it was taken away.
Yeah, really not a great pass. And you know, if you're Sid, you just got to cut your losses and move on.
It's hard for this sidewalk surfer to do, but
It's easy for me to sit up here and say that.
36-11, Clay Center leads it. Here's a drive by Anderson, and we've got a foul on the drive against Clay Center. I think they get Addie Mullen for a bump, and the basketball goes out of bounds. Well, you called this on Callaway? Sid was not in the area. That was, wow. I think that's twice tonight. I didn't think Sid was in the area. There was Mullen and Wright Frederick that were by the dribble drive. One of those two I thought would have had the foul, but instead Callaway picks up her fourth, so she has to come out.
No, I think they've called the wrong number twice on her.
5:28 remains, third quarter. Pass to the back court. Wright Frederick fighting to get to it, being blocked. That's a good downfield block by your wide receiver, Lindsey Anderson, as Chapman there.
That's a really, really good block. I hope there were some guys in the stands watching that. It was impressive.
36-11, Clay Center with the lead. Now the basketball back. It did go out of bounds off of Chapman. Wright Frederick is trying to get to it, get a lay-in on the other end, and Anderson wouldn't let her get to the loose ball. Alley with it. Right wing and deep to the post for Lane. Lauren back to the bucket, directs some traffic. Now turns and squares, has it stripped, taken away by Chapman. It's a little too long down there to all that traffic going on.
The defense gets set up.
Oh, good catch in traffic by Kirkpatrick, and she's able to get the bucket in. She has 4. Clay Center's lead 36-13. They led 34-9 at the halftime break. Wright Frederick brings it across against Anderson. At the point, it comes down to Ferguson. High post, left wing, Mullen. Addie backs it out with a dribble. 4:35 left to work. We're in the third quarter. Clay Center up by 23. Ferguson out deep to Franson. Haley bumped by Thomas. Bumps back. They play on. Lauren Lane with it to the free throw line. Out to Mullen. Addie dribble penetrates. Kick out for Franson. Haley now to Lauren Lane. Around right it comes to Allie Wright Frederick, and she'll set the offense again. Chapman man-to-man, really trying to overplay on the ball. Here's Lauren Lane, the drive, pulls the jumper in traffic, but a foul was called before she had a chance to shoot it. Basketball out of bounds to the Tigers on the baseline. 36-13. It'll be Wright Frederick to inbound. Left of the window on the baseline. They put 4 across the baseline from corner to corner. They lob it to the free throw line. Lauren Lane wide open there, doesn't want it. Now she will take it, triggers, and dumps it in. She's got 10. Lauren Lane with 10 in the game. Clay Center leads it by 25. Souther down court. Mullen out on her. Dribble drives. Takes it up in a crowd. Rims off. Rebound, Lauren Lane. Racing out of the pack. 2-on-3 numbers. Lauren, though, all the way to the window. Can't get it down. Rebound comes off to Davis. Really pretty good look for Lauren Lane through traffic. They just couldn't kiss it in off the window. 38-13. Now a steal by Haley Franson, and Clay Center has it back.
That was just Chapman wasn't ready.
Right.
The players just weren't ready to go yet.
Ball got loose, and Franson took it away. Here's Lane with it, left elbow. Turns, goes toward the basket with the left hand, stops to the free throw line. Ferguson, ball fake, and it's fouled by Thomas as she starts to take it into the paint. It'll be Clay Center's basketball. Foul on the floor well before any shot was thought about by Ferguson, so they'll have it out of bounds on the baseline. And a timeout now taken by Chapman. 38-13, Lady Tigers leading, 3:19 to work. Third quarter here in the Den.
I was arranging office furniture at Central Office in Clay Center when in walked Richard Simmons.
I'm in a terrible dilemma. Being active, sometimes I just want to sit at my desk and work. But other times, I just have to be on my feet.
We've got these new sit-stand desks in different sizes that let you work either sitting or standing. We also have over 20 styles of chairs in stock. This flipper arm mid-back chair is even on sale at $169, and we have just added an ergonomic stool for those who work at counter-height desks.
Central Office Service and Supply Guy, this place is the perfect fit.
Clay Center Tiger Basketball on KCLY is brought to you in part by Oldie Seed Farms, Geisler Roofing and Home Improvement, Twin Valley, Subway of Clay Center, The Farmers Cooperative, United Bank and Trust, Midwest Products of Lynn, Washington, Hanover, and Clay Center, Central Office Service and Supply, and CS Precision Ag Incorporated of Clifton.
Along with our studio engineer, Bernie Fancello, Rocky Downing, Flip Casper with you from the Den. The Lady Tigers leading 38-13 right now with 3:19 to work third quarter. So they put some big numbers up, although this period through almost 5 minutes they've been held to to 4 points. And all the hot shooting we talked about in the first 2 quarters, they've missed some shots they normally make at the third.
Yeah, they have. They've really had some 3 open shots underneath the basket, and they haven't been able to put them in.
Clay Center will have it below the basket now to inbound it. Here's Ferguson against 2 defenders, and now she knocks down a really tough jumper on the right side, and it's 40-13. Ferguson now 14 points in the game.
Well, that was a pretty shot that time.
2 defenders on her, and she just rose up above and put it in off the window. Here's Anderson in the corner. Now the drive by Kirkpatrick pulls up just inside the free throw line. Can't get it. Battle for loose ball. Franson keeps it alive. Now it's Souther. Lob to the paint. Marshall takes it up short. Kirkpatrick the offensive board. Her stick back try won't go. She gets it back over the top of Lauren Lane. Another miss inside, and now it's ripped away by Lauren Lane. The Clay Center has it back with a 27-point lead in the third quarter. 2:35 remaining. 40-13. Wright Frederick with the dribble. Lob to the paint. Oh, Ferguson, good look. It's swatted out of bounds by Sydney Marshall.
What a nice block.
Ferguson had it by Marshall. Looked like she had the lane and went up, and Sydney Marshall with the block from behind. And so Clay Center will have it out of bounds. Allie Wright Frederick to inbound, looking in low. Instead to the corner for Mullen. Back it comes to Wright Frederick. Allie looking inside toward Lauren Lane. Ball batted back at her. Now back out deep it comes to Mullen. Clay Center by a 40-13 lead and 2:15 remaining here in this third quarter. Ferguson, pull-up jumper, free throw line, just rimming off, and the rebound away to Chapman, and a foul called against Clay Center. So it'll be Chapman basketball. Aaron Hamill back up and onto the floor for the Lady Tigers, and Addie Mullen will come out. Addie with her first foul. 2:08 left third period. Souther works it up the floor. Payton to the right baseline. Franson on her. Now the dribble drive. Stop. Kick back out to Marshall. Backdoor look inside for Dewar. Aaron Hamill, good defense. Knocks it away and knocks it out of bounds. Chapman will keep it on their own baseline. Peyton Souther to bring it inbounds. Left of the window, looks backdoor, and her cutter then decided to stop and cut back in the other direction. And so the basketball's turned back over to the Lady Tigers. Minute 54 remaining in the third. Sid Calloway's going to come back on. 4 fouls she had. She picked up a third and fourth quickly in the third, early in his third quarter.
I'm not sure either one of those belong to her, but
you and I both agreed on that one. Allie Wright Frederick will bring it up the floor. Chapman man-to-man waiting for them in the half court. Under 2 to go, third quarter. Clay Center leads it 40-13. Here's Ferguson to Calloway. Left elbow, backs it out between the circles. And now sets offense. High post left to Lauren Lane. Lauren turns and squares, looks at the post. Here's Ferguson up in the air, and she came back down with it. Sidney Marshall blocked the last one, and she got up in the air this time. Marshall was in the area once more and made her think twice about taking the shot. When she came back down, she couldn't get rid of it before traveling. So basketball out of bounds to the Irish. The Clay Center on top here. 40-13, a minute 21 left third period. Dewar has it right for the Irish. Now to Kirkpatrick inside, and again, Kirkpatrick has 6 points to lead the way for Chapman. The lead is 25. Minute 7 to work. Wright Frederick through the center ring. Right on the circle it goes now to Franson. High post is Calloway. Skip left, Hamill. Aaron fakes the three. Back out deep it goes to Wright Frederick. Under a minute to work. Left and deep is Hamill. Looks high post. Instead, Wright Frederick around right now to Franson. Haley looks to the post. Here's Lauren Lane. Back out deep. Hamill's got to look for three, and it just rimmed off. Rebound bounces around inside, and Calloway, last-ditch effort to try to keep it alive, wrapped it around behind the back, and it ends up out of bounds. The ball looked like a ping-pong machine, raffle machine.
Some Magic Johnson behind the back
it was
there.
Found the third row of the home section over there here in the den. 28 to work. Pass out top. Lane tried for the steal. Marshall has it. Now left it comes to Dewar. In the corner is Souther. 20 seconds remaining. Peyton drives across paint and a bump on Wright Frederick. neither team in the bonus. This will be the fourth team foul, so again, Chapman will have it out of bounds on the baseline.
Kind of an uneventful third period.
That Clay Center's just kind of kept the lead. Nothing really over the top on either side. Here's Souther for two in the corner. No good. Hamill, good board on the weak side. Double team. Now to Wright Frederick with 8, with 7. Alley into the front court with 5. To the baseline left, Callaway with 3. Back out top. Here's Hamill for 3 at the buzzer. With count of it goes just off the front rim. Aaron, 2 good releases on 3 tries that both just came off the mark. We're headed to the fourth. Clay Center leading 40-15.
The Farmers Cooperative has been serving producers for over 112 years. At the Farmers Cooperative, we're constantly looking for ways to help our producers become more successful. Allow us to serve you with our quality people, products, and services. We would like to take this opportunity to say thank you for your business, and we're here to serve you with agronomy, feed, grain, lubricants, tires, and energy.
Investing in our owners' success. Farmers Cooperative.
A message from Geisler Roofing and Home Improvement in Concordia. Replace your drafty windows with top-of-the-line performance and energy-efficient windows from Geisler Roofing and Home Improvement. New windows could save you 25% on your energy bill. Learn more at GeislerRoofing.com.
This is Dallas Hassenbank, and Geisler Roofing and Home Improvement has you covered with more than 37 years experience.
Geisler Roofing and Home Improvement, we've got you covered.
40-15 ball game. The Clay Center Lady Tigers with a lead of 25. Chapman will have the basketball to begin this fourth period. Clay Center will go with their starting 5 to begin and see if they can work on a few more things in this game before they tune up for Council Grove coming in on Friday night. There's Wright Frederick to steal. Callaway ends up with it. Back to Alley. Good ball faking. Step through. Wright Frederick will be called, will get the foul call and will get to the free throw stripe. She could not get the shot to go down. Alley with 7 points in the game, including the contest only 3-point shot that's been made. Hot shooting first half, but third quarter, not so much. Not so much. They've cooled off a little bit. The free throw line, Alley Wright Frederick knocks in the first. The Sniper has 8, 41-15. The lead is 26. Just underway in this fourth. And Alley knocks in both free throws. Gives her 9 in the contest. Krieger brings it across for Chapman. Wright Frederick defending there. Just underway fourth quarter. Near steal by Alley. Krieger does have it poked to the backcourt, and Alley's off to the races. Left side lay-in, uses the right hand off balance, and somehow is able to knock that in off the glass. She has 11 there. And Clay Center leads it by 29. Chapman in the backcourt. Mullen forcing to the sideline. Peyton Souther still with good handles. Handles the ball well. She's just a freshman. Her pass, though, taken away by Sid Callaway, and she races by everybody. The sidewalk surfer skateboards it to the glass and knocks it in. Clay Center now leads 46-15. Timeout on the floor. You're listening to Lady Tiger Basketball on KCLY.
As a family-owned independent business, our agronomists at CS Precision Ag understand what it takes to make your operation successful. From Veris soil mapping and variable rate prescriptions to preseason crop planning and weekly crop scouting reports, our agronomists tailor-fit each package to fit your particular farm. We are accepting new customers for 2017 throughout north central Kansas and south central Nebraska. Contact us today at 785-630-0596 or visit us online at csprecisionag.com.
Lady Tigers with a 46-15 lead, and it looked like a punt return where the field opened up and Sid Callaway just raced away to the end zone, didn't it?
Well, Sid's got some speed in case there was ever a question about that. And she gets on the open floor and it's not going to be caught.
Back-to-back transition buckets by the Lady Tigers. Alley Wright Frederick, the bucket before that. And that stretches the lead now to 31, which means it'll be a running clock the remainder of the game. Clay Center leading big, 46-15. Souther walks it up the floor for Chapman. Clay Center man-to-man. Here's a drive. Ferguson cuts her off. Foul is going to be called. It will be on the shot. They say 2 free throws coming for Peyton Souther. And again, the freshman handles the ball really, really well. Yeah, belongs out there at the varsity level, you can tell.
Yeah, she's a good player. Of course, the Chapman Lady Irish playing without Ashlyn Bledsoe, their leading scorer on the season. She also a freshman, but she has suffered a concussion. A shot where a rebounder came down and went to clear, putting her head backwards and right into the forehead of Bledsoe, and she's been out for a while, so we hope her return to the court is soon.
Well, that hurts thinking about it.
Yeah, no kidding. Souther knocks down 1 of 2. She has 3 points in the game. 6:10 to work in the ball game. Clay Center walks it across. They're going to go to 14-0 on this year and stay undefeated, of course, in league play. Lob in the lane for Ferguson. It's going to be a jump ball arrow that goes to Clay Center. As Hannah Ferguson, Riley Davis, and Rebecca Thomas got all in the same area tying it up. Wright Frederick to inbound from the baseline, right of the window. Allie lobs it out, free throw line jumper. Lauren Lane hit one earlier, bangs in another one. I mean, nothing but nylon, and she now has 14 in the game. 48-16, Clay Center the lead. Souther, defended by Mullen. Gets rid of it in the corner to Dewar. Calloway on her. Now out deep it comes to Thomas with Wright Frederick in her face. Lob down low. Lauren Lane fronts it and takes it away for Clay Center. Great read on that lob pass to the corner. Wright Frederick brings it through the center circle. 5:10 left to go in the game. The high post is Lane. Left side wing, Mullen. Toward the paint, off glass, no. Rebound tipped to the baseline, out of bounds, off of, they'll say Clay Center touched it last. Lady Tigers now get Aaron Hamill, along with Haley Franson and Bree Wilson back in. Clay Center with the lead, 48-16 with 4:45 clock ticking. It's a running clock here in this fourth quarter. They've gone up by over 30, and second straight game we've seen that happen. Second time against Chapman this year, first on the road and now here at home. Dewar out top. Kirkpatrick has it, rips it through left and gets it off to Thomas. Rebecca Thomas just inside the free throw line, jumper up, no, rebound to Calloway. Sid in the crowd, dribbles out of trouble, and now we'll bring it up with 4:20 remaining. Calloway holds outside. Hamill, Lane, Wilson, Franson out there on the floor with her. Lane to Calloway out deep. Sid looks to the sideline, gets the call. Now right it goes to Franson. Haley, baseline right, Lane. Lauren back out deep. Calloway has it. Left side, Hamill. Aaron will hold there. Now to the corner for Wilson. To the paint, looking inside for Lauren Lane. It's tipped and taken away by Chapman. Clay Center back defensively down to 3:45 left to go here in this fourth. And now Chapman with the pass to the baseline to the paint is thrown away. And the Lady Tigers get possession back.
You know, part of that, Chapman's done that a couple times. Part of that is Clay Center's defense, not allowing players to get where they need to be.
And it's causing problems for the passer and the receiver. Yeah,
exactly.
Calloway, high post, Wilson, double team, fights out of it, gets it away to Sid. Deep on the left wing, now around right to Franson. High post is Wilson. Ball fake, drives in, kick out for Hamill. Thought about the shot, doesn't. Now to Wilson, free throw line, ball fakes it, kicks it right now to Franson. She'll dribble penetrate. All the way to the lane, takes it up in a crowd. No, Wilson, big board inside. The senior yanks it down, then it's tipped away. Big collision and congestion inside the paint. Now a shot blocked by Aaron Hamill in transition on Rebecca Thomas. Looked like a wide-open lay-in. Aaron Hamill out of nowhere to swat it away.
That's just a great job by Aaron Hamill knowing where she was on the floor.
Franson to the corner lane. Lauren had it tipped down to the baseline. That's going to be off of. The officials come together to confer, and they'll say it goes to the Irish. So Chip Edwards saying, did he really tell you that, or are you just going to
I think that
head the other direction?
Just a bone there.
Janessa Wickersham in for the Lady Tigers with 2:20. They get that clock ticking. Clay Center leads it 48-16. Month of January, by the way, the average points allowed by Clay Center, that's including their Hillsborough tournament, has been 27, I think. Total points in a game allowed, average around 27, and you can see now they've got them at below 20 with under 2 to work.
That is impressive. You're not going to lose many games doing that.
I mean, it has been crazy what they've been able to do when you think about that. They did give 31 to Republic County. That was the high mark against them before that Abilene game where they did win.
Here's a foul in the front court. Bree Wilson fighting through a double team, and the whistle called. Just a refresh for you, I think it's worth noting. They gave 20 points up to Holcomb, 31 to Republic County, 28 to Heston, 21 to Smoky Valley. And you see where they're at right now.
Yeah, that's
crazy, isn't it?
Yeah.
Wickersham's pass taken away by Thomas. Rebecca Thomas in transition. Takes it up in the lane, no. Rebound, she battles back for it, but loses it out of bounds off her leg. Thomas, good fight down inside by the lone senior on this Chapman team. We're down to minute 8 left. Clay Center on their way to a 14-0 start on this year. It'll be Clay Center's basketball. Hamill bumped in the backcourt. No 1-1 yet either way, so it'll be Clay Center's basketball out of bounds. Aaron Hamill getting bumped and the foul called. 45 seconds. Lane, long down court pass looking for Aaron Hamill. Aaron, one-on-one with Thomas, left side, lay in. She's fouled, and Aaron Hamill's headed to the free throw line to shoot 2. You know, that throw from Lauren Lane was a little underthrown from where she wanted to put it, but that was like an afterthought when Hamill broke open. She threw that basically flat-footed.
Yeah.
If you noticed.
Well, she threw it flat-footed, and, you know, Aaron did a good job of coming back to that ball.
Agreed.
Wondering if she's busy next fall.
I
think she's very busy.
Yeah, fall. She'll be on the same court in the fall that time. Hamill at the buzzer, the free throw. How about that? And she drills it. She just was releasing it when the clock wound down to 0, and she still threaded the charity. The final, 50-16. Clay Center wins it here in the Den to 14-0 for the defending 4A Division II champs. Stay with us. Postgame will be coming up in just a moment.
Customer satisfaction is the #1 goal at Ray's Apple Market, and with the ever-changing product lines, along with the changing needs of today's families, it's a real challenge, but a challenge they're happy to take on throughout the store, from the produce department to the frozen foods, and from the meat and dairy departments to the bakery and deli. They work to keep up with the current food trends while continuing their old-fashioned values of great customer service. Shop your community-minded, locally owned Ray's Apple Market.
Having prescription coverage problems? Call or stop by your local Patterson Health Mart Pharmacy in Clay Center, Abilene, or Salina for assistance. They accept Humana and all major Medicare Part D plans, including SilverScript, Blue Cross Blue Shield, AARP, and Aetna. Still have questions? Get your answers from a smiling staff member at Patterson Health Mart Pharmacy, where they're putting the care back into health care.
Saving for retirement can seem complicated, confusing, even scary, but it doesn't have to be. Hi, I'm Kathy Affolder for United Bank and Trust, and we're here to help. As we go through tax season, now is the perfect time to think about opening an individual retirement account. If you have questions or want to get started, stop by and ask for me or Terry Jermark. We'd love to walk through the process with you. Saving for your retirement with an IRA at United Bank and Trust. Banking for your way of life, equal housing lender, and member FDIC.
When it's time to purchase a vehicle, you owe it to yourself to check out Glavin Ford of Clay Center. If you want the best deal possible, that's what Glavin Ford of Clay Center will do for you. Starting with our engines and oil changes for life, that's huge, folks. And your trade-in is worth more to us here at Glavin Ford. So if you're upside down in your current vehicle, it's important that you shop Glavin Ford of Clay Center. Go to our website at GlavinFordofClayCenter.com or come see us at downtown Clay Center. Glavin Ford of Clay Center, home of the engines and oil changes for life.
Back again. Postgame is here as the Clay Center Lady Tigers get it done 50-16. Your postgame show being brought to you by Clay County National Bank. And Flip, there's a lot of superlatives to throw out about this Lady Tiger team. I said it in pregame, and Coach Jeff Edwards addressed a little bit the fact that you are expected to come out and you're expected to win big in a game against Chapman. They've got a couple of stars out, starters anyway. You know what you did to them the first time. You're on a roll. You're playing well. Sometimes it's hard to keep the intensity level where you need it to be to look like you want to look at this time of the year. That is not a problem for this team, regardless whether it's Abilene, whether it's the Hillsborough Trojan Classic Championship game against Heston, or whether it's a game that they really are They're the better team by and large against a very young Chapman team. You just don't see a drop-off. Right?
No, you don't see a drop-off, and that's what you want if you're coaching a team like Clay Center that comes into a game, ranked number one in 4A2, defending state champs. That is what they should do to a team like Chapman. That's not a knock on Chapman. Chapman's just in a rough spot right now. He's got one senior. Their leading scorer's out with a concussion. They're battling a lot of things right now, and I say battling, and I mean it. They battle to the end. Yeah. But that's what you want to see out of your team, and there's not a lot for Coach Jeff Edwards to complain about in that game. I mean, he'll find things. Sure, that's what coaches do, and if he won't, Coach Oldie will. But to come out and dominate like that, 50-16, you're shooting, and these are unofficial. Right, 15 of 23 from the floor, 17 of 20 from the free throw guy, and that's pretty impressive. And then you hold your opponent 6 of 21 from the floor, 0 for 3 from three-point range. They never really got a decent shot off. It's great defense, great job on offense. They were patient. They worked the ball well, spread the ball around. Nobody really got into foul trouble outside of Sid, and I'm not sure I'm going to count those 2 of those 4 fouls on her. I think they were given to the wrong player. But anyway, he's going to take a lot out of this game, and that's what you should. You should be able to dominate a team like Chapman the way they did.
And it's a game also you could have been looking a little bit ahead to Council Grove. Sure. There's going to be a big matchup on Friday here at Clay Center. I'm telling you, those are 2 good basketball teams you'll see Friday in the girls' game. Council Grove, state ranked, Clay Center. We just gave you all the looks at what they have been accomplishing at 14-0 now. Chapman was led by McKenna Kirkpatrick, 6 points, 3 each for Sidna Marshall and Peyton Souther. They get 2 points each for Rachel Dewar and Riley Davis, and a free throw in from Rebecca Thomas. Lady Tigers, 14, Hannah Ferguson, 12 from Lauren Lane, 11, Allie Wright-Frederick, 4 from Sid Calloway, 2 each, Addie Mullen, Aaron Hamill. Lady Tigers win 50-16. They allowed 1 point in that fourth quarter on their way to a 50-16 final here at home in the Den over Chapman. That is our Lady Tiger postgame show being brought to you tonight by Clay County National Bank. Stay with us. Tiger boys basketball will be on the way in just a bit.